this person has anxiety and she can't work. A few months ago, I was staying in Melbourne CBD downtown. On Saturday morning, I went for brunch in a cafe, and the cafe was pretty cool. It had table and chairs for like 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. But then they also had like a big table in the center, which would let you sit. If you walk in a cafe and you're just one person, they would just let you sit into that big table in the middle, so you won't feel alone. You won't feel that you're the only one here. You know, you're by yourself. You won't feel sad. So I like that idea. Anyways, I walked in. The waiter gave me a seat in that table. Sat there, and person sitting on my left side, she felt a bit sad, and I turned around and I was like, "Hey, how are you?" "Yes." She said, "Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?" "Yeah, good." She was like, "Everything good? You know, you look a bit sad." And she said she's sad because she has to go back to her parents' house. And my quick thought was, I'll do anything to go back to my parents' house, to go back to where I grew up, you know, live with my parents. But then again, everybody has different relation with their parents, you know. And I said, "Aren't you excited?" She said, "No, I don't have a very good relation with my mom." Great, that's fine, but I didn't ask why you don't have a good relation with your mom or why you don't want to move back. But I just said, "Why are you moving back with your mom if you don't like living with your mom?" And her answer was that she doesn't have a job. And those days we had a lot of jobs in Melbourne, and I said, "Hey, I think there's a lot of jobs in Melbourne. Why don't you apply some? And what do you do?" So the conversation started rolling. And anyways, the final gesture of the whole thing was, she said she doesn't have a lot of jobs. She doesn't have a job. She does have one job where she works, and she said she works 15 to 20 hours. I was like, 15 to 20 hours a day? That's a lot of work. She said, "No, I work 15 to 20 hours a week." And I asked why. She said because she has anxiety. So she had anxiety. She couldn't work more than, let's say, 20 hours a week. And the anxiety is she can't pay her rent. So it was a very weird thing for me to understand. She cannot work because she has anxiety of not being able to pay her rent. But then she cannot work more because she's got this anxiety and she can't pay rent because she doesn't have enough money. So it's a feedback loop, and because of all that, she might have to move back to her parents' house and live with her mom, which she is going to now because she doesn't have money, and she doesn't have money because she doesn't have a lot of work. She doesn't have a lot of work because she has anxiety. It was a hard concept for me, because for me, I think if you don't have money and you find a job, you work, maybe people, you know, somebody else make me understand. I didn't want to keep pushing her too much. You know, I sat down there, have my coffee, food, and then just didn't have a very deep conversation with her because I didn't want to offend her. But make it make sense for me, please.